Hello guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dwaj Jain and I have started this economics YouTube channel as everyone knows from my previous videos. So this is my 7th video on the 8th chapter, which is supply. So what is supply? Not like school supplies, okay? They are not supplies basically. But yeah, in economics, what is supply? So supply is the willingness and the ability to sell a product. So when a producer or when a firm is selling a product, they are supplying the product in the market. So basically, like if there is a firm who is selling 10 cups of glasses, like or basically 10 glasses, then they are supplying those 10 glasses. Price is proportional to supply. This means that when price increases, the supply also increases. It's a basic like it's a mindset basically. Like uh, if you are a firm and then you want to earn more, then of course, so like for example, if you are producing or if you are selling or supplying 10 products, like 10 pencils at $1 each, for example, or 10 pencils in $1. Now those same 10 pencils you can now supply in $2. Then you would sell more because you are making more profit out of it. So that will increase the supply of a product. Market supply. What is market supply? Total supply of a product. For example, firm A is supplying 10 soft toys. Firm B is supplying 20 of them. So the total market supply would be 30 if the market is only firm A and B. So this is the general supply curve or the graphs that you can see. It says it has on its y-axis we have price. Always on the y-axis we have price or anything related to like anything monetary, and on the x-axis we have the quantity of goods or products supplied, so quantity supplied. So as we can see, if the product is sold at lower cost, then the firm will supply less, and if it is of like it's really expensive for the consumer, then the supply would increase. So what is movement in the supply curve? uh, we like there are same topics like the top chapter demand, like movements, shifts, reasons, and all that. So change in supply due to change in price only. If the price changes, if the price changes, then this stuff might happen. I'm really sorry, I have written demand curve, I have to change that. Yeah, so extension. So the graphs are correct, only the demand I have to change. Extension, what is extension? So extension, when the price increases and the supply quantity supply increases. When extension means increase in the quantity means extension. Anything related like increase or decrease in a quantity of supply or demand, like in general terms, then that term is related to the quantity. So basically extension means increase in quantity supply. No matter what happens to price, if the quantity of supplied increases, then it's an extension. So over here price increases, quantity supplied also increases, so it's an extension. Price decreases, quantity decreases, then it's a contraction. Shifts. So shifts, like the whole line or the whole curve moves from one place to another. So yeah, increase in supply due to factors except price. Okay, so when the curve shifts towards right, then there is an increase in supply. But when it moves towards left, then it's a decrease in supply. So directions, you need to keep directions in mind. Right is increase and left is decrease. But these shifts happen because of other factors and not price. So shifts are always due to other factors and movement is always due to price. Next we have, what are the reasons for this shift? What causes the shifts in the supply curve? So one is changing cost of production, improvements in technology, taxes, subsidies, prices of the other products, and disasters and wars. So let's see what is cost of production. So if a firm is producing 10 units of black pen in dollar 10 for dollar 10, then it will supply all 10 because it feels that it's a normal price. But now the firm is producing 20 units of pen in $10, then the supply will increase because the cost of per pen has changed from $1 to $5. See, cost of production, like we include all the raw material or any machinery maintenance cost that we have incurred. So all of those, not the price that the seller is selling the product at. It can still supply the product at $10 for 10 units of black pen, if even if the price of the cost of production has decreased. So if cost of production decreases, then the supply will increase because see, because you have more money in hand. So where you were spending $10, now you are only spending um, 0 point or $5 for 10 units. So you have extra $5 that you can now spend on producing more 10 units of black pen. So that changes the supply from uh, initial supply to the change in supply. So this can also happen like you were producing 20 pens for $20. Now the same 20 pens you are producing for $40. This means the cost of production has increased by $20, and per pen it has increased to $2. So from $1 per pen it has changed to $2 per pen. This will lead or encourage the firms to decrease the supply of the product because it is like the cost of production is too expensive. And cost of production is any cost, like cost incurred for the production or the procedure uh, to produce a good. Improvement in technology will increase the productivity and decrease the cost of production. So what is productivity? Like more number of more quantity of products, this will increase the supply, or better quality goods, then this will also increase the supply. Decrease in cost of production will increase the supply. Decrease in cost of, yeah, so I have said that decrease in cost of production will increase the supply. Taxes. What are taxes? Like if you ask your dad or your parents, like what are taxes, they will tell you what, like they have to pay different types of taxes: income taxes, inheritance taxes, and all those sales tax. So taxes basically, um, when you have to pay for your uh, condition or your situation. Like income tax, you have to pay to the government for the income you are earning. Sales tax, you have to pay the tax or you have to pay money to the government for your total sales. Inheritance tax, like if someone dies and then they leave some property or money in the will and it is given to you, then the government will tax you for that also. So that's tax. So taxes, so the if for example a cigarette company has been taxed by the government, and the cigarettes are now expensive because taxes means you have to pay more, like so you're spending more and the cost of production will increase. This will decrease the supply. Subsidies reduce the cost of production, which will increase the supply. So subsidies is basically money given by the government to a firm. So firm receives the money, so it will make the cost of production cheaper because they don't have their own money in that process. Not much, or basically less money in the process. Prices of other products. A firm produces many products. For example, what do I have nearby? Like, I say, firm produces air conditioners and blankets. Okay, for many products. If the demand for one of its product increases, so now it's winter, for example, so the demand for blankets will increase. So now, where will you put all your resources? Will you use it for making more blankets or making more air conditioners? If you make more air conditioners, then you might fall into a loss. But if you make more blankets, you will earn profits, and everyone wants to earn profits. Every firm, the firm will divert the maximum resource to the product with high demand. So blankets have high demand, so they will divert all their resources, not all, but some more, like not equal resources would be divided. Like blankets would get more resources to be produced, and increase the supply of the product and decreasing the supply of the other. So this shows both increase and decrease of the products. So disasters and wars. War and disasters can kill workers. So this means that less number of people available to produce the product, which will reduce the supply. So for example, if we have Yoda flying from the sky and then declaring a war, all the workers, there would be no one to produce any good, so there would be less. So yeah, we are done with our reasons. Now let's go on with our questions. So, what are the questions of the day? Define market supply. Define the relation of price and supply. Analyze using a supply diagram the effect of change in cost of production of earphones from $10 to $15 per unit. Discuss whether or not change in demand or change in supply have a larger influence on the market of potatoes. Market supply, total number of goods produced or supplied in the market is market supply. Relationship of price and supply, proportional proportionally they are related, and one increases the other increases, the one decreases the other also decreases. Supply diagram, I'll show you the supply diagram. Effects of change in cost of production of earphones from $10 to $15. This means that the cost of production has increased by $5. So this will make the production level more expensive, hence reducing the supply of the earphones. Change in demand or change in supply have a larger influence on market of potatoes. So if there is a change in demand, what will be the effect on market of potatoes, and if there is a change in supply, then what is the effect on market of potatoes? So the answers. So market supply is the total supply of the market. Supply and price are positively related because when the price increases, the firm will increase the supply to increase the revenue earned or the profit earned. But if the prices fall, the supply of the product will also fall because the firms will not supply a product that won't get them enough profits. So this is clear. Okay, so yeah, this will lead to a fall in supply because there is an increase in cost of production. So when there is an increase in cost of production, um so there will be a fall in supply. The firm might not supply the product at which it was supplying, so it will fall. Explain the table. You need to explain this table. So if there is a change in demand, if the demand increases, then the supply will also increase because there is more demand. Now if the supply so there is more demand. Why? Because there might be low prices, but still, or this might lead to low prices. So basically this is in a sequence. Change in or increase in demand, more supply, suppliers will reduce the prices for more demand. If there is low demand, then then suppliers will supply at a low amount or low quantity. They will supply at a higher price because they need to earn profits. If what if the supply changes, if the supply in the market or the total supply or the market supply increases, then the suppliers will also increase their supply and reduce the prices. And if there is a change in market supply negatively, then the supply will also fall at and the prices will be higher. So for this graph, as shown in the movements of the graph, let's go on the movements of the graph. Yeah, so shifts or movements. So there is an increase in cost of production. What does that mean? The supply will fall, right? So it will move towards left because the prices have increased, the cost of production has increased. But let's see the question. So yeah, so cost of production is increasing, so the supply will decrease. Yeah, so over here we can see the thing. It was animated, so I thought it was wrong, but yeah, it's correct actually. Sorry. So this shows that the supply has decreased from orange to blue curve. Okay, and the supply has decreased. Quantity supplied has decreased. So yeah guys, I think we are done with our today's video. Thanks for watching, and guys please like, subscribe and share it with your friends, like other friends who study economics, or your family members who study economics, or whoever is interested in economics. Please share them this video. And if you have any doubt, any questions, you can like contact me on my Instagram. You can see my username on the screen. So please do contact me if you have any questions. Thank you guys.